Oh my goodness, that music is going to be heard everywhere today, including in Dogtown, one of my absolute favorite places to go on March 17th. This is my favorite week. It always has been. It's 2 days before my birthday. I'm Irish, Scotch Irish. So this is me time, right? And all of you as well that are Irish, wear your green unless you want to get pinched. And some of you just might want to get pinched today. People are starting early. They are gathering already. You're going to see some big backups if you're in our immediate Missouri, Illinois area, heading over on Highway 6440, right there near the Tam Road area, Hampton. All of you as you start to gather. Now, I would tell you to grab your jacket and even maybe a coat today. It's chilly. Hopefully, things will warm up by the time the parade comes around and all of the festivities in Dogtown. Some of you had an opportunity probably to go to some festivities over the weekend. I know Cottleville was packed, and I was super excited to see the amount of money that was raised by Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue. We were talking to Jessica last week, and she said that a ton of people used their parking lot for things they shouldn't have used last year. And so this year they charged in order to be able to park in their parking lot and be able to walk around and take part in all the festivities in Cottleville. They charged $30. Guess what? They raised $2,700 for Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue. So way to go, Jessica. And her mom was out there helping her as well. So I know Cottleville had an opportunity to hold theirs. Florissant had to cancel what was going to take place yesterday. And that's, of course, all because of the devastation that took place all around Missouri, including right here. I heard this morning they're now talking about 7 confirmed paths of the tornado in our area, multiple counties. And we're going to talk about that in just a second with our aspiring meteorologist. I do want to let you know that today it's going to be all things Irish. We are going to focus on Dogtown, the Ancient Order of the Hibernians. Have you ever heard of them? They've been putting on that Dogtown parade and all the festivities for many, many years. And I'm so happy to have the president, Mike Quinn, or as we are going to know him earlier this morning. I asked him, is it Mike or is it Michael, or what do people call you? And he said, Q dog. Mike is here all decked out. Wait till you see him coming up on the show in just a bit. So we've also got some news you can use that we'll do for you right before we bring Mike on. But before we do that, let's get to our segment that we call What the Weather.
Good evening from St. Louis, Missouri, and it is a beautiful one.
And that is, again, someone that's been with us for a year now. It's aspiring meteorologist Beckett Warren. If you've never seen him on this show before, we're going to welcome him. He's not in our immediate area. In fact, we have to really thank him because he got up early for his spring break. Beckett, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh my gosh, where you are looks gorgeous. Tell everybody where you are.
I know. So we're here in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Got the beach, the water, and the sunrise there behind me. I don't know if it really gets much better than that.
I'm jelly. It looks stunning. What's the temperature there right now?
Right now it's around 50 degrees, so around 20 degrees warmer than St. Louis.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, it's cold. I threw this leather green jacket on this morning, but many people that are heading down to Dogtown, I'm telling them to maybe put a coat on because people go down early and they drink their green beer very early in the morning as well. So you were traveling out of St. Louis, going into Mississippi, and I made sure that you checked in with us to let me know that you were going to be okay. I know your dad and your mom said that you really were upset because you weren't able to track the storms in St. Louis, but you were reporting for everybody on your social media pages, which again, I want you to follow Beckett because if you want to know the most accurate information, you'll want to follow him on X or on YouTube. It was devastating, and I know you've been following the latest. What are you hearing as the National Weather Service is assessing the damage and what took place in our area?
Yeah, so it looks like they looked at around 3 places yesterday, and I think they might be going back out sometime today or this week and reevaluating those places or going to other damage paths because, like you said, we had around 7 damage paths, I think, here in St. Louis from those tornadoes on Friday night, and one was in West County. We saw a tornado down near Arnold, and then we saw possible tornado into parts of Chesterfield and Maryland Heights there in another part of West County as well, and into Franklin County as well. So we've had a lot of tornadoes, and then here looking at the damage paths, this one in Union, EF1 tornado near Union. We also had one into northern Franklin County and parts of western St. Louis County there, near Villa Ridge, Missouri, I think is where that is. But yeah, we had also a tornado down in Arnold as well. So overall, yeah, there we go. EF2 tornado near Wildwood. It just lifted before getting into Wildwood, but it did cause some damage there near Gray Summit. But we are so lucky that that lifted just before getting into Wildwood, Clarkson Valley, and Chesterfield. And then another tornado. They haven't put out the path for it yet, but First Alert 4 did put out a path, and we had a tornado go through parts of West County and North County on Friday night as well. So a lot of destruction around the St. Louis area, unfortunately. But the good thing is I haven't heard of any casualties yet, so that's really good.
So we looked throughout the entire Missouri area, though, and I believe the latest count that there were 12 deaths. And yesterday, I mean, this is something that everybody's talking about, obviously, since many neighbors are coming together. And that's what I love, is when you see community coming out with their chainsaws, et cetera, to try to help. There's siding down, the roofs were torn off.
Yep.
And some of the deaths that I heard, and I don't know if you heard the same, Beckett, were from electrocution.
Yes, I think so. I think we did have some deaths from that.
Yeah, so we'll continue, obviously, to follow this throughout the week, but please do just that. Reach out to your neighbors, ask them how you can help in any way. So we'll talk a little bit more about this coming up in the news, but we are now past that. Still a little chilly this morning. What are you seeing for us for the rest of the week?
Yeah, so we definitely got a big warm up on the way for St. Louis. If we look at the current conditions right now, though, we got to get through today. Then it's going to be very nice, very warm. So 32 degrees right now, around freezing. Definitely grab your coat if you're heading out to St. Patrick's Day festivities. Then looking at the hourly forecast here, heading into around noontime, we're going to rise up into the 60s, still a little chilly through the mid-morning in the upper 30s, getting into the 50s, but we will warm up around 70 for our high today. Now, tomorrow's forecast, like I said, we just have to get through really this morning, and then the rest of the week's going to be great. So 8 a.m. tomorrow, 54 degrees, partly cloudy. 12 p.m., 71, partly cloudy. 4 p.m. getting near 80 degrees. We will likely get near 80 degrees. That is well above average. And looking at the extended forecast again tomorrow, near 80, mostly sunny skies. So nice. That's going to be warmer than it is even here. Wednesday, 72. Thursday, a little cooler at 53, but then getting back into the 60s for our weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, cooling back down towards Monday early next week, but a pretty nice weather week ahead of us.
I'm loving that. And again, we want to welcome in spring. The tulips are ready, by the way. I started to see the change of the trees and everything starting to pop up, ready for warmer weather. Again, it looks amazing where you are right now, Beckett. So enjoy your spring break. And thank you again for getting up with us and looking forward. Are you going to be with us on Friday?
Yes, I will be able to.
But if not, you just let me know, because you should be able to enjoy your vacation.
No,
Have a
that's
fantastic
okay.
time. Enjoy Gulf Shores. It's just so absolutely stunning there. And thank you again. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you. See you on Friday.
Okay, that's Beckett Moore. Follow him again on X and on his YouTube channel. He is absolutely amazing. All right, everybody, again, we've got the studio all decked out, ready for St. Patty's Day, and we'll talk about that in just a second. We've obviously mentioned a lot about the tornadoes, but it's not just tornadoes affecting our area. If we look around, at least 39 dead after tornadoes, wildfires, and dust storms wreaked havoc across multiple U.S. states. So we're talking about 12 in our Missouri area, again, confirmed dead, affiliated with the tornadoes. But so much going on in and around. The National Weather Service said the weekend tornado watches mostly expired, but dangerous winds were possible in the Carolinas, East Georgia, northern Florida, through yesterday in Mississippi, which again is where Beckett was heading. That's why I was worried about him. They hunkered down with their families, as well as a tornado ripped apart some homes in the Mississippi area. Alabama worried as well, but in our immediate area, we're actually, before I say that, there were deaths in Mississippi and Arkansas, wildfires, dust storms driving up a death toll as well, affecting the Oklahoma area. And then, as we mentioned, in Missouri, the National Weather Service continuing to assess damage, and the governor, Mike Kehoe, again, assessing areas as well, as they're looking at all of the emergency sirens that went off, alerting the area. I know I got to thank Beckett because he was in Mississippi and sent me a text, as did my brother, minutes before the tornado went right by our house. I heard that train sound that everybody always talks about. So in Florissant, they've got a lot of damage. Villa Ridge, the Arnold area, 141 actually, right by 55, still has a lot of issues with regards to traffic signs, signals out. So give yourself a little extra time. Power outages still out among many in our area. I know in Arnold and in Florissant, about 2,500 to 3,000. And the Ameren crews are doing all they possibly can to try to get the power back to you as soon as possible. But they are asking for your patience as they try to do so. I know we're still without internet, but not power. So for those of you that are still without power, hopefully finding sources to be able to take care of yourself. Other news, the Vatican released this recent photo of the Pope actually conducting Mass as he was in his hospital chapel. And this is in a month that he has been sick. The Vatican on Sunday releasing that, showing the pontiff in a 3/4 view from behind, wearing a purple stole, typical of Lenten, and sitting in a wheelchair before the altar of his personal hospital chapel. They said he was participating in the celebration of the Mass with other priests in the 10th floor apartment in that hospital. No one else visible in the photo. It's the first mention, by the way, the Vatican has made of the Pope's participation in celebrating Mass since it was February 14th that we all found out he was hospitalized for a bout with chronic bronchitis that quickly turned into double pneumonia. No obvious sign that he was receiving supplemental oxygen mentioned in the medical bulletin. So it is so nice to be able to give you some positive news of him getting better. Well, we've been talking for a long time. When I was in news talking about the astronauts that have been stuck, and people have been saying, are they still up there? Well, let's give you the latest here. NASA's stuck astronauts now welcoming their newly arrived replacements to the space station. Just over a day after blasting off, a SpaceX crew capsule arrived at the International Space Station Sunday, delivering the replacements. Finally, the 4 newcomers representing the U.S., Japan, and Russia, spending some time learning the station's ins and outs. Then the 2 will strap into their own SpaceX capsule later this week, one that's been up there since last year, folks, to close out an unexpected extended mission that began last June. It was absolutely crazy because for a while now we weren't talking about it, and people are like, are they still up there? They were, and they are finally looking forward to getting to their home. We should bring Dr. Sarah Jensen on for this latest one. It has to do with the dermatology world and things that you may be using every day on your skin. Get a load of this. FDA recalling popular acne treatments from Proactive, La Roche-Posay, and many more. I'm going to give this story link to Jenny so that she can post this in our moderation comments. And again, welcome her if you haven't yet. Jenny Egan is my assistant, and she's playing many roles for us, including moderating for you. The FDA announcing this recall of several popular acne treatments, 95 products containing benzoyl peroxide tested for possible benzene contamination. It's a chemical that's formed in nature and from human activities. It's also a natural part of crude oil, gasoline, and cigarette smoke. Exposure to benzene can increase the risk of cancer. The testing concluded that more than 90% of products had undetectable or extremely low levels of it, but that 6 products had elevated levels of the chemical. And those products that are being recalled, again, I'm going to give this link to Jenny. There are products from La Roche-Posay, Walgreens Acne Control Cleanser, the Proactive Emergency Blemish Relief Cream, Proactive Skin Smoothing Exfoliator, SLMD Benzoyl Peroxide Acne Lotion, and then Walgreens Tinted Acne Treatment Cream. And I know that I'm giving you a lot of information, so I'm going to send this over to Jenny. She will post it for you in the comments, and then you can look deeper into that. Again, a low level, but it's still an alert for you. All right, who's a basketball fan? March Madness well underway now. We're going to feature our local teams. I know SLU is in the NIT, but how about Mizzou and SIUE in Illinois? We'll break down those for you as far as when they will be playing. First of all, let's take a look here for you. If you are a fan of SIUE, they'll be playing against Houston in the first round. That's coming up on Thursday at 1 p.m. Let's talk about Mizzou. They'll be playing Drake also on Thursday. That's an evening game at 6:35. And then Illinois, they're going to have to wait. It's to be announced who they'll be playing against. That'll be on Friday, though, and that'll be a late game as well. And then we wrap up for you with our Blues fans. How about this? Pulling out a win. The final with Anaheim, 7-2. The Blues actually right now are tied for a wild card. So I'm hoping they're able to pull this one out because we don't want them hitting the golf course and hitting the links too soon. We want to see them on the ice. All right, there you go. A lot, obviously, of the news having to do with what took place on Friday, and I'm sure it will as we get more of you back with power. And we also find out from the National Weather Service if there's been anything else that has moved through our area that's going to be deemed a tornado. Now, today, the National Day of Calendar, and this doesn't surprise us, right? These two things, St. Patrick's Day and National Corned Beef and Cabbage Day. And you are going to see a lot of that down in the Dogtown area. So the rich tradition of that is what we want to talk about today. So we brought in the president. Look, we go big or go home. The president of the Ancient Order of Hibernians, Mike Quinn, or as his friends know him, Q and Q Dog. He will be right here in the white chair when we return.
Carroll House Furniture Homes look the best because of our free design service. Our designers please your taste.
Let's reimagine your room with 50 brand name choices.
We'll create a 3D design with a 360 view for your room.
Free design services are just the beginning. Free 0% financing, fast free delivery and setup, and the guaranteed lowest prices in the country with no stipulations.
You'll get a perfect custom floor plan for your new dream room.
Carroll House Design, because you like nice things.
Wow, I just got off live with the real Monica Adams. What a wonderful experience. I don't watch news because of all the negativity that it brings and the way it drives me emotionally to a place I don't really like to feel. So to be a part of a show that has a sole purpose of bringing positivity to the community, and then with the desire to just build people up, it has been one of the greatest joys, one of the greatest experiences that I've had a chance to be a part of when it comes to being a guest. This studio, it is fantastic. As I watched my show before I came in, I saw the lighting and I was impressed by the way this room is lit, but it is so warm and comforting to be in here. Whether you're a guest or a viewer, this show is a must watch, a must be a part of, and just continue doing great things out there, Monica. You are changing lives every day.
And welcome back and happy St. Patrick's Day. This is, again, for all of you that are Irish, Scotch Irish, or any connection to that. We love this day, right? Those of you that aren't, you can play it for a day. Wear your green or you're going to get pinched, by the way. Okay, remember that. I've been telling you. All day we'll be talking about it. And then wherever it is that you're celebrating, I hope you have a wonderful one and I hope you are safe. That's most important. Please designate a driver. It's very, very important. A lot of you starting early, drinking your green beer. Maybe you've got friends or family that live in the Dogtown area. Well, that's where we are going to see thousands upon thousands because we're not talking about crazy weather like we had on Friday. So wait till you see the sea of green. If you've never been before, trust me, you are missing out. I've been going for years and years and years, but just how long has it been going on? Well, we're going to talk about all of that with the president of the Ancient Order of Hibernians. Let me welcome in Mike Quinn, or I can call you Q Dog.
Yeah, Mike's probably good, but yeah, you can call me whatever you want.
He's like, my friends call me Q Dog. Look at what he's wearing. I am super impressed with this. Thank you for getting all decked out.
Well, we're going to be the color guard today for the parade as well. So we're ready to rock. There's 5 of us or so that are ready to go, all dressed in the same gear. We're
Well,
internationally famous.
You are.
Well, not really.
No. We're going to talk about all of this. For those who
Okay.
are not familiar with the Ancient Order of Hibernians or the Dogtown Parade and all the festivities, we're going to break it all down for you here in just a second. Jenny, my assistant, got a hold of Mike over the weekend, and we made it happen. He said, I'm going to be in full garb. I'm going to be all dressed up. And I kept thinking about it, and I was like, all the people are starting to funnel into the area, and I pulled
Yeah,
Mike out of the area.
They're right. All my guys are working, and they think I'm slacking right now.
Whatever. No,
So-
you are giving publicity to, again, the Ancient Order of Hibernians, which, for those who have never heard, which my assistant Jenny had never, she's like,
Oh.
what is it again? And I was like, oh, you've never heard of them. Tell them what it is and how long it's been around.
Well, it's as far as I know, it is the longest running organization of its kind. Started around the 1600s in Ireland, and 1836 came to the States. Our particular chapter is 141 years old.
Wow.
That was our charter with the city of St. Louis. And Ancient Order of Hibernians has been around a long time. It's Irish Catholic 501c3 organization. We do a lot of work with the unhoused and unfed, and a lot of charity stuff. I mean, that's, it's the Irish Catholic
Right.
scenario. Our motto is friendship, unity, Christian charity. Plus, we love parades. So we're in most of them. We lead a lot of we led the Mardi Gras parade for the color guard and stuff for that too, and downtown parade yesterday.
Mhm.
Well, 2 days ago, I guess.
2 days
now.
ago, right?
Right, and we'll be there again today. And it's a great organization. It's ladies and men's. We have 2 different divisions. For the AOH is the guys, the LAOH for the ladies. If you're Irish Catholic and want to join, check out our website. Can I say the website?
Yes, please. And we're going to put it
um,
up on the page for you as well.
www.stlaoh.com.
I did not know that there were different divisions for men and women. So AOH for the men, and then LAOH.
Ladies, Ancient Order of Hibernians is LAOH, and then there's the AOH. So
And so if we want to be a part of that, what do we just need to be Catholic and Irish?
pretty much, yeah.
That's easy.
They,
And like
they've
to drink.
actually slacked off. Well, I shouldn't say slacked off. They're changing a little bit of. You kind of have to have the Christian attitude in mind.
Yes.
So that's the newest thing as far as it goes. Trying to get the organization built up again, because it was huge 100 years ago.
Mhm.
And,
How many do you have now in our local chapter?
In local chapter, we're probably around 300
Okay.
and maybe 400 if you count the ladies organizations in it as well. But we have chapters in St. Charles.
Yes.
All across the country. There's big, humongous on the East Coast still, because that's where they started.
Originated, right?
Right. So they're big time over there. And
So is it like a competition and trying to get these chapters larger and larger?
Oh,
And,
yeah.
hey,
And it
we're going to
seems-
raise ours up.
See, well, you know what happened is over the years, over 41 years or so, one chapter got big, the other chapter got, people pass away and whatnot. So kids move, so they're not in the same neighborhood. So it's been kind of, each one fluctuates. All of them have been top notch at one time or not top notch at another. So we try not to be very competitive. We're trying to get everybody to be on the same page, which we're doing a pretty good job, I think, now.
Yeah.
Of getting everybody on it, because you need to come together in order to do a lot of these charitable events, and by golly, a parade is a whole nother world.
Oh,
Man.
we're going to talk
So-
about what it takes to put something to that magnitude on. Again, if you're just tuning in and you're like, wow, he looks amazing. Yes, he's the president of the Ancient Order of Hibernians, Mike Quinn. So women and men, but what about age? Is there an age requirement?
I think you can join at 16 as like a junior member and 18 as a full member. But if you're a member, there's programs that you can get, your kids can get sent to Ireland on a trip, depending on they qualify. They got to write like an essay and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, there's programs like that are there available, and
How
we
cool
need to
is
do
that?
more of that.
Yes,
stuff.
you do.
Yeah, so
So the kids are watching, obviously, always their parents and grandparents, and then you're around. That's the greatest thing that I love. And so I don't know that I've ever, but maybe once, gone to the actual downtown parade in St. Louis. I was introduced back in my early 20s to the Dogtown Parade, and I fell in love with it. I am Irish. My father, who's the picture right by Mike, my dad is Irish and Scotch-Irish.
good.
He passed when I was 24 years old. So I've always wanted to carry on the tradition and just that family feel. That's the
Right.
thing that I love. In the Dogtown area, if you don't know, there is a rich history of the Irish heritage.
100%. That's the place to go for it. And it started as a family parade, and it's the Ancient Order of Hibernians annual St. Patrick's Day parade in Dogtown, as everybody. That's our brand slogan scenario, but it is a humongously family-oriented situation.
Yes.
People are walking in the parade. You don't have to have a giant float. You don't have to do, fancy stuff, bigger parades of things, and it's the kids are just everywhere.
Yes, they are.
So that's a big thing.
Yeah, they love it, and they're screaming and shouting, and they're lining. I always stand by the church. That's where I always am.
Yeah, that's where our review stand is. Right in front of the nuns, which is right across from the church. That's where our review stand is for the judges and St. James. We just had an AOH. I should have said that. We have an AOH church 4:00 yesterday. We do it. It's just an all Hibernian. Anybody can come to it at St. James, and it was a 4:00 mass. And then we do what they call tap the keg at the St. James cafeteria. The father does it, opens up first draw, whatever. And then we did a 6:00 toast at Seamus McDaniel's.
Oh,
because 6 hours later, it's I don't know, 12:01 or whatever in Ireland.
right.
So it's been a busy day as far as all that goes.
Well, and let's talk about that because we were just talking about the parade. How many floats are in the parade?
I believe we're right about 100 floats right now.
And that includes people just walking or no?
Yes, that does.
Okay.
But what it doesn't include is like all of our dignitaries and our grand marshals, and like we have Governor Keogh's going to be there today.
Fantastic.
I believe we have the current mayor and various other St. Louis politicians, guys that are going to be in line, and I probably should have a list, but I don't. But we have a plethora of people today. We have way more than the downtown parade. But I'm with the downtown parade committee too, so I don't want to.
Well, we're not.
That's a great
dissing on it,
parade
right.
as well. So, and they did a great job yesterday.
So, is your grand marshal the governor, or
no,
who
he's
is the
what
grand?
we call the high dignitary.
Okay.
It would have been a little tough because now being governor, he's got all the extra guys,
Yes.
Around to make sure.
Breaker.
Yeah, right. Make sure he's all good and stuff. And so that'd been a little tough on that. But maybe we'll squeeze him in next year officially.
Yes.
He's got a really tight schedule.
Hey, I'm happy to see. And again, I want to thank Mike for coming because he's got to go meet with the governor to get everything ready. So, who is your grand marshal?
It's the Irish Heirs. Basically, it's the entire band, but the lead singer is retiring, and he's going to be on we have a horse-drawn carriage. And he's going to be, so it's going to be pretty cool as far as that. I thought we were going to try and get him to be playing their last song as they
They're
go.
not?
Well, they're going to play again in the cafeteria.
Okay.
So they're
Okay.
like, well, we'll just put the top guy up there.
Well, and we're going to talk about all that, by the way. We're going to give you here. Let's give the schedule of events. And as we do so, Mike and I are going to put our fancy glasses on so I can see the schedule of events. No, these glasses don't do anything for me. But Zach is so awesome. Zach makes the screen bigger for me. So look at you and I.
I might need. I'm older than her, so I need a lot bigger glasses.
Mike is leaning in like, I can't see that. I've got it here in front of me. So 6 o'clock, they actually had most of the streets closing off, parking restrictions, and we'll talk with Mike about the best places maybe to park. Maybe he can give you some little hints on that. 9 o'clock, the Irish Festival will begin. 11 o'clock, Ancient Order of Hibernians Parade kicks off. And then at 1 o'clock, live music, DJ Party Zone until 5, the Funky Butt Brass Band, who is so awesome. That's at the Party Zone until 4. They have the Wild Geese at the Family Zone until 3 p.m. The Irish Heirs, the Irish Culture Zone, that'll be until 4 o'clock. And then the festival ends at 6. All local businesses close by 8 o'clock. And then if those of you that are trying to get into that area with all the street closures, they open up at 10 o'clock. All right, Zach, come on back. Don't we look good with our... Come on, I got to thank Jenny, by the way, for all of our little touch of Irish.
Where are you, Jenny?
Jenny is at home. She runs daycare, so she can't be here with us on Mondays.
Oh, okay.
She was like...
She was great, actually.
Yeah, she said you were. And she's like, gosh, Monica, she goes, how do you do it when you're setting someone up and you don't get a chance to meet them in person? And she's like, she said this, it's like a one and done. I'm like, well, no, it shouldn't be. Let's do some more things with Mike.
We can do that.
Right?
Bring your kids to the parade,
Yes.
Jenny.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get you on a float. It'll be great.
That would be
You'll
fun.
never forget the Hibernians, I tell you.
These little 2-year-olds. Where are we, Daddy?
Oh, they love it. They would throw stuff, give us candy.
Give us candy.
They love waving at
Yes.
everybody.
I was just going to say, the kids are sitting there waiting for candy to be thrown at them
Yeah.
for sure. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, maybe he's got some tips for us where we can park, the food that will be there, the music, and again, the camaraderie with everyone, whether you're Irish or not Irish, will allow you to be Irish for the day. Don't go anywhere. More of the Real Monica Adams Show to come.
This lady got me in the best shape of my life. I literally didn't know that I could be in shape like that. But the amount that she pours into her clients, and especially whenever you get the one-on-one training, it's mind-blowing. I mean, it was really life-changing. I learned so much about proper form, about nutrition, about just being able to invest in myself. I hired Monica to be my personal trainer, which was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Well, hello, my friends. My name is John O'Leary. I was just on the Real Monica Adams Show, and it was an amazing experience for me and hopefully for the viewers and listeners as well. What I found sitting down with Monica is the idea of being real is maybe something we use for social media or website or to separate us from others, but it may not be something you experience very often in the real world. Today, Monica was extraordinarily real, not only with me, but with our viewers and our listeners. And through her authenticity and through her honesty and vulnerability, I followed. It was an incredible conversation. We were real about struggle, real about life, real about endurance, real about family, real about faith, and real about the truth that the foundation is firm, that God is still God, that there's reason for hope, and that the best is yet to come. So for those of us who occasionally struggle with being real or being filled with hope or being renewed in a season of struggle, I can't tell Monica and her viewers, listeners, and producers thank you enough for allowing me to be real during the hour together. So for this time, and until next time, my name is John O'Leary. Today is your day. What a gift it is. Live inspired and stay real.
And welcome back. Again, happy St. Pat's Day. Mike, what do we say? Erin go Bragh?
Erin go Bragh.
Or
We're
and this
sponsored.
doesn't
We're
happen,
getting
by
a
the
toast.
way, in Dogtown. They don't go braless.
Right. Yeah, that'll get us in trouble.
That might be that might be
That'd
downtown.
Mardi Gras.
That's exactly Mardi Gras. That is not, and I do want to say that, even though I'm being silly, that is not what takes place. So if there's ever been families that stay away, think it's just this raucous, drunk crowd like that, no, it's not. Sure, people are having their drinks. We keep asking you to be responsible, designate a driver, but it is not what you're thinking. That's the Mardi Gras aspect, and hopefully that's kind of simmered down. It is very, very family oriented.
Yep, 100%. It's really for the families and the kids and promote Irish heritage.
Yeah.
And time to get your Irish on.
Yes, it is. It's so much fun. So people start to gather. I remember when I was in television news, we would go out there and we would be reporting at 5 o'clock in the morning. We started seeing people with their chairs coming out of the houses, getting set up, getting the best seat, and drinking green beer at 5 o'clock in the morning.
You got that right. I've seen, I kid you not, I've seen people carry couches up the street on wheels, which I thought maybe the wheels were attached to the couch. No, they're just on like mover thing, the mover platform deals, and they flip it over the bike rack. Now they have a couch, right? We've established our territory.
What is
and they
the
sit there the
craziest
whole
thing
time.
you've seen that people have set up for their little area?
Well, the couch was pretty good, but now some of the houses have got very creative along the route. They've got fencing up that promotes everything from outside dining, or I guess front yard dining, if you want to call it, to their side yards are all dressed up, and we have actually a promotion for the best dressed house on the block
That's what I thought.
program. We have one of those.
What do they get? Just bragging
It's a
rights?
plaque.
Oh.
Well, plaque. And they get to hang out with us for a day or a night. Actually, a few little libations and some and dinner, kind of thing. But we give it away with the floats. The winners of the floats awards and stuff. So That's parade stuff,
That
it's
is
just
all,
fun.
and I recommend that. So again, Zach's gonna be dropping in if you didn't see in the beginning what it's like to see the floats, the families, again, family after family of being so proud of their Irish heritage. And if you haven't been, the parade's been going on for how many years?
Our parade's been going on for 42 years.
Wow.
Technically 41 years, but 2 years COVID. So
Yes.
everybody's, does that count? Does it count? Whatever. I think it's 41 actual parades, but it should be 43 years total.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. What's the largest crowd you've ever seen?
Well, it's the guesstimate program.
Yes.
But I have heard, I don't think it's possible. I've heard 300,000. I don't see how that works. But I think legitimately you could probably say 100 to 125,000.
Absolutely. Just funneling up town.
Right. And that's just people on the sides of bike racks. It's
Yeah.
not counting all the people on the floats.
Wow.
And as far as Irish heritage goes and stuff like that, like the Wall family, there's like 300 of them guys. I don't know if you know Judge Wall from back in the day.
No.
But excellent, man. Miss him every day. But that family is just gigantic. There's I think maybe 300 of them are walking.
Incredible.
And that's just how these guys, 4 or 5 generations deep.
That's what I love. And we were talking again about how the kids just watch all this and then they're a part of it and they keep that tradition going.
Right.
A dear friend of mine, and I know you, all of you, Brian McKenna,
Oh.
he was the master.
He was Grand Marshal 4 years
4
ago.
years ago, I was gonna
I
say.
think right before COVID, maybe.
and wearing his green suit.
Oh, the green shamrock suit. That was awesome. Yeah.
He is incredible, and I know he'll be out there, so look for him. He's been on our show in the past. He's an incredible human being, and truly what he wants for St. Louis. I mean, I saw something the other day that he posted about McKenna for mayor, and I said I would vote for him.
I wouldn't be
right.
Right. I mean,
I think he was kidding, but I'm telling you, he should run.
He probably got enough votes to probably pull that off.
He
We
would.
just saw him at our Hoses, Handcuffs, and Hard Hats event, which is another big event we promote last week. And Brian I'm like,
Yeah.
there's Brian. He came all across the parking lot. And he didn't get every 5 feet. People were like, hey, Brian,
Yeah.
hey, Brian,
Yeah.
hey, Brian. So he's really popular.
He's
guy.
huge. And again, if you're outside of our area, just enjoying the camaraderie, the talk. Mike mentioned in the beginning, being Irish, being Catholic, but more so the Christian kindness mindset. And that's what we need if you want to be a part of them. If they do want to be a part of it, what's the best way for them to get more information? Go to the website?
Check out the website,
Okay.
STLAOH.com. It's a relatively new website. We're trying to get it so it encompasses all the divisions and ALOH. So we're in one spot for a change. We're kind of good at being organized dysfunctionally, but we're getting better. We're
that.
getting better. but-
Dysfunctional organization.
yeah. So
I think I might have a part of that. Evidently, you have to be Irish to be like
well,
that.
I think that's a requirement.
Exactly.
We're good at. Is it last second yet? Because we'll start working on something. So we are queens.
We're going
of-
to talk
kings
about
of that.
food in just there again. It is STLAOH.com. Check that out if you've never heard of the Ancient Order of Hibernians before. Founded in the 19th century, which is just crazy.
That's for St. Louis.
Yeah. But again, the Ancient Order of Hibernians starting itself, you said
Way back in like 1600,
right?
I probably should know the exact date, but I know it's 1836 for St. Louis.
But the 19th century, again, for our area. And we also wanted to mention, besides what we've talked about so far with the Hibernians, is how you are paired up with the festival aspect as well.
Correct. The Dogtown United Irish Festival is at the same time that's going on. So we have the parade and the parade route, the staging route, and then disbanding is kind of not kind of, but is the Hibernians world. Everything outside of that, the Dogtown United guys have put together a pretty nice festival that goes up Oakland is one spot, and then at Clayton and Tam, it spreads out. That's like in front of Heavy Riff. They've got a band, and I'll probably get some of this wrong, but it's all up and down outside of the route. So which was, where did people go when it was all done? And instead of walking through people's yards and stuff, now they have a place to go. They could check out jewelry. They could check out food is everywhere.
Let's talk about, obviously, the top food would be what today is corned beef and cabbage.
Corned beef and cabbage. Yes, it's got to be. It's just a staple. Seamus is just ridiculous. But there's a couple outside vendors that I haven't seen before that are going to be out there today. So maybe we got some new stuff coming in. And people, they're always inventing something. the Irish hot dog, St. Patty's hot dog, whatever, something along. Yeah.
That again,
there's your corn, yeah.
that's the corned beef and cabbage, and you can go over to the church. They have incredible food. Irish stew is very, very big.
Big time.
I'm not a fan of this. Maybe I've just not had a good recipe of it. But do you like soda bread?
I'm with you. It's kind of okay, but if you can dip it in the stew and
That's
jam
what's
it in the
different.
juicy stuff, that's great. But
Because otherwise, I think it's too dry
I'm
and
with you.
salty.
100% with you.
Okay, good. I'm like, is it just
I
me?
didn't say that out loud.
What?
But there you go.
How do you pronounce? Is it Colcannon?
Colcannon, yeah.
And that's like Irish mashed potatoes.
Yes. And
Those are
bangers
actually
and
good.
mash is the English version of
Yes. Have you ever
mash,
had
yeah.
bangers and mash before?
Oh, my
Again,
God.
these are some of the top 5 foods in the Irish tradition. And then you've got to have this, which I think we have a picture of.
Yes.
Green beer.
A little bit of a green beer libation always is good today. Hopefully, with moderation, we promote that. So
Let me give you some of this. So, Jenny, thank you for all that you did to get us ready for today. 5 interesting facts about Irish heritage. Okay, ready, Mike?
Oh, gosh.
Halloween originated in Ireland.
Yes.
I didn't know that. St. Patrick wasn't Irish?
Nope.
What?
Nope.
What was he?
Depends on, there's a couple of different things. It's either the Roman Norman side of it or Italian. He was actually, and somewhere in the middle of all that, he was adopted and then kidnapped, and he ended up in Ireland, escaped, came back, became one with Christianity, went back to Ireland, and that's when he made the big splash.
Switch and then it kind of adopted in Ireland.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. I argued that for years till somebody finally pounded it into me. I'm like, how can he not be Irish?
Exactly.
But that is true.
Okay, and then the Irish language is still spoken.
Oh, yes.
And so they call the Irish language what?
Gaelic.
Right. So that's what I thought. And I saw this, unless it's spelled a little differently.
That's the Irish.
Gaelish? Gaelic?
Well, the American pronunciation, so I could say it is Gaelic.
Gaelic,
but I'm
yeah.
sure there's an Irish correct. Should have brought my buddy Connor Adams with me.
Oh, do that.
He's got the Connor Adams. I'm terrible at this part. But Connor.
That sounded a little bit like Canadian.
They always
Mike.
say that sounds like Jamaican or that's not Irish. I'm like, well, it's the best I got. But
Oh, the look of the Irish.
yeah, Connor, if we need a little Irish flair, we bring Connor Adams in next time.
How about next time? Yes.
That'd be great. Oh, he would. Yeah, you better. Yeah.
We need a bigger room.
He's fun. Let me put it that way.
Let's do that,
He's a good
honestly,
guy.
because
Sure.
I've got to give you some mad props for, last week I kept thinking about it, and we were trying to think about maybe being out at an Irish pub, but it's just so crazy and packed. And I was like, are they going to be able to hear us? And then we got a hold of Mike, and he moved mountains to be able to come in here. So everybody, please, in the comment section, thank him. And actually, if you have any questions, I'll go to the comments. Haven't had a chance to interact with you just yet. But if you've been to the parade, and I had some pictures that I provided to Zach of Jim and I being down there, Michelle and I have hung and had a blast. We got lucky because we had somewhat nice weather. That particular day was a little bit cold. This was a beautiful day. You could be in the 70s or it could be snowing.
We've had brutal weather, rain.
Yep.
One time we didn't finish the parade because the rain came in and everybody jumped over the barricades to get away and floats can't go. And
Right.
oh my gosh, everybody got drenched. My mom and dad, if they're about 85, were on the back of the float, no cover.
Oh.
It was brutal. And I got to sit in the car because I was in this outfit.
Yeah.
My mom was so mad at
sorry,
me.
you're out there. I'm
Oh, my
covered.
gosh. It was like, we gotta go home. We're gonna die.
And
It
that's
was
St. Louis,
terrible.
right? You never know.
Right. But for the most part,
You have
on
the-
average, we've had pretty good weather.
Yeah.
It's rained while we're putting stuff together
And then clears.
and then cleared up. And then after it's over with, God said, oh, yeah, I forgot. It's still going to be raining.
I'm bringing it back.
Yeah. But put everybody in the bars and everybody had a great time.
What are some of your favorite memories over the last 4 decades?
Oh, just coming down with your friends and family and putting people on. A lot of people have never been on a float. Oh, that's one of my bucket lists.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on down. You want to be on a? Trust me, I can get you on a float. Well, I shouldn't say that for everybody. I'll have 3,000 people.
I was going to
But,
say, they're all set and ready to
Pay,
go.
pay attention to the website when we're signing up for floaters
Mm-hmm.
for the next year. I think we've got 6 or 7 or 8 openings maybe for something like that. And we have an Emerald Ball on May 3rd.
Oh, awesome.
Where people can, come down and check it out. And there's awards. That's like our awards night for the whole year.
Where's that held?
Well, this year we're having it at oh my gosh. Not Raphael's,
Gabriel? Or
Shoto in 7th. It's oh my gosh.
is it on the website?
Yes.
Jenny, can you drop that in for us? If
Ray's
you can
gonna
see.
shoot me. It's
No,
is
look.
it Raphael?
Well, Saint Raphael, the archangel?
No,
I was
that's
gonna
not
say
right.
that's
not right.
over
it's
there.
the Lebanese right there, Shoto, and oh my god.
Oh, St. Raymond's.
Raymond's, good gravy.
Okay, I got you. See, now, Jenny, you don't have to drop it in. St.
Yes,
Raymond's.
sorry about that, Jenny.
Once you said the Lebanese church, my friends are part of that.
Yeah, our guy down there, Tony, is, and I think we might have the very last event there because they're doing something with.
And it's
with the
May?
building. May 3rd, the Emerald
Okay.
Ball, 6 to 10. It's like $85 a ticket. It's a great time. It's our day to be. Not just this, but it's black tie affair type of
All
stuff.
decked
It's
out.
awesome. You gotta come down
Women
and-
in
yeah.
green.
Oh yeah, green, all kind
beautiful
of like
dresses?
pretty ring you got, stuff like that. There's
I
earrings
am
and
like it.
necklaces, and yeah, they're all. It's everybody's dressed to the nines.
I was giving you earlier again, by the way, some interesting facts. So again, Ireland, home to the world's longest coastal route. Did you know that? And there are a lot of pubs, as we all know.
and they're passed down to generation. There's some of them been around like 205 years or something crazy.
I have never been. Have you been to Ireland?
I have not. My
you
mom's been over
haven't?
there like 3 times. Well, I tried to go a couple times, and then the parade was in the. You got to go on St. Patrick's Day.
Absolutely.
And so I was president, so I couldn't. I should have.
It's on your bucket list, though?
Oh yeah,
Or-
yeah. It's on the bucket list
Mine
to get
too.
over there.
Mine too. Got to make it happen. We're starting to chip away. My husband and I are starting to chip away at our heritage. So we just went to Italy for his mom. Want to go to Ireland and Scotland for my dad, and then go to Germany for my mom. So yeah, tradition, family.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what
with
it's
you
all
there.
about.
Yeah, 100%.
All right,
that's the name of the game.
we're going to take one final break. Again, we'll look at comments, any questions, any favorite memories you have over the last maybe you've been going for 40 something years. We'll talk about that and talk about how much fun you had. For those that have never been and are thinking, what the heck, I'm going to play hooky today. I'm encouraging hooky today.
There's a lot.
Just tell your boss to call me.
Yeah,
I'll let you out of
you
this.
get a free pass.
Or at least maybe lunchtime, try to head over. Oh yeah, we'll ask Mike before we wrap up where the best places are to park. We'll do that when we return.
My house is so outdated and old. Can you help?
Let's take down this wall and add a support beam there.
Or just replace the furniture.
I love it.
New sofa, chaise lounge, and tables from Carroll House.
What about this bedroom?
Let's tear down this wall.
Or a new bed, dresser, and accessories.
It's like a whole new room.
Get free in-home design, fast free delivery, and free financing too. Skip the remodel. Add new furnishings from Carroll House for your new perfect room. Because you like nice things.
She's got it for $8,700. You're going to win it.
Create beautiful gardens and landscaped areas with everything you need at Hoffman Hillerman Nursery and Florist. A great selection of outdoor and indoor plants, gardening items, landscape materials, lawn and garden equipment, and much more. Hoffman Hillerman Nursery and Florist.
And I am super excited to be there. Actually, we just drove by the other day. We went out to see my friend Julie in Washington. What an incredible, if you're looking for a good massage therapist, by the way, that woman just came back into town about 6 months ago, and she is fabulous. Well, we drove into Washington to go see her and drove right by where our mobile Monica is going to be on March 26th. 10 o'clock in the morning, we take the show on the road to Hoffman Hillerman Nursery in Washington. And I can't wait to hear about these potting bar classes. They're private classes for 2. So if you don't have a green thumb, and you need one today, by the way, on St. Patty's Day, we can all learn together. I want to thank them for the most beautiful bouquet that they dropped off at my Wet Your Whistle Wednesday at Defiance Ridge Vineyards. It was absolutely stunning, and it smells amazing. I was going to bring it on set, but I forgot this morning. So thank you again to Kim and Don for dropping that off. That's not the only mobile Monica we have coming up. We have one this Thursday. We're moving and shaking, by the way. You know I love my fashion. Love Launch. Have you been into the Boulevard area? That's where they're located. And it's so ironic. It's like a God wink to me. I was having lunch across the street at the Mexican restaurant for my brother's birthday, and I had to get to a meeting. I'm like, I got to get out of here. I was racing out, but fashion stops me in my tracks. And I was like, wait, what is that? I turned my head, kept walking like, Monica, nope, you got to keep going. You got to get to your meeting. Saw it. And I went, nope, I got to pop in. So I opened the doors really quick and I said, what is this place? And the lady started laughing. And I said, no, I wish I had time to shop. I really got to get going. But seriously, what is this? And they said, it's called Love Launch. And I said, I need to do a mobile Monica from here. And so I was getting the owner's card. Her name is Leah. And they're like, yeah. I'm sure she'd love to book you. So how funny and ironic. Dana Dean, who used to work with me at Channel 5, she ends up calling me last week and saying that she represents this wonderful boutique that she thought was perfect for us. And guess what? It's Love Launch. I mean, if that's not a God wink, it absolutely was meant to be. So we are there this Thursday, 10 a.m., and we're going to show you just how absolutely beautiful it is. I'm talking couture clothing like you're straight out of New York. Beautiful and by appointment. So it's really got that really unique custom flair. So Leah, can't wait to meet you. Love Launch, again, right there in the Richmond Heights area. And it's ironic because as we went to break, Mike literally just asked me, hey, Monica, do you ever take the show on the road? I'm like, just hang on a second.
Check it out.
Yes, it's funny, Mike. We actually had a business reach out to us about a year and a half ago. Hey, would you ever be willing to have us book you and bring the show on the road like you all used to do at Channel 2 and Channel 5? And I thought, yes, but I never want to do anything small, and I want to do it really, really well. So we were just kind of getting our feet wet and getting started. And I thought, let's do this. And so we've done it, and we have been booked all over the place for what we call mobile Monicas.
That's awesome.
Yes. So spread the word.
In mind, I'm like, we should talk to her about maybe parade day.
Yeah, well, that's so that's the thing. And then that way, what was the man's name you said that I would love? Connor Adams? Connor Adams. I'm telling you, Mike, that sounds Canadian.
Sorry, Connor.
So next year, yes, let's bring the show on the road and let's be out there, and then we'll meet Connor. Brian McKenna can come on the show, and
Brian will be
all the families that come out. Okay, so parking. I know people get frustrated. They want this parking spot. Just walk. I mean, we usually parked about a mile away.
That's pretty much the case. Now, it seems like it's farther away, but if you can get over where the staging area off of Government Avenue, which is behind the zoo, on the opposite side of the zoo from 40, there's a lot of parking over there. It's free, and you do have to walk through, which means you probably have to get there and walk through to get to wherever you want to stand before 9 o'clock.
Okay, I was going to time you.
Otherwise, you won't have a spot anyway.
Right.
But that's one spot. If you park at like Turtle Park area, you're going to be there till 4 or 5.
Yes, if you want to get out, exactly.
There's too many people. I had a disaster one year. But the other big spot is off Manchester, the old Kmart, and that whole parking lot.
That's where we park.
Is the way to go, and it's relatively safe. I mean, as far as people, we shut down Manchester for the floats to go when they leave, and a lot of people leave that way right away. And it's a good spot because we now shut down Manchester. It took a while for us to get that approved.
I was going to say, because I know in the past it hadn't been.
No, which was
it needed
crazy.
to be. If you want to know the parade route, by the way, we'll put that up on the screen for those that have never been before. You've got to get out there, experience it, and here's what's going to happen. You're going to experience it for the first time, and then you will be calling your friends, telling your coworkers, asking your boss if you can have the day off. It's kind of like Mike, it's kind of like the day after Super Bowl. It should be a national holiday. Should this.
Yeah, the day after definitely should be for some of us.
There it is, by the way. The parking areas and then the parade route itself. You want to tell them where it starts and where it ends?
The actual parade starts at the Tam overpass, which is the bridge over Highway 40 That's the official beginning of the parade. We go about 200 yards, make a right on. We'll be on Oakland. Make a right on the right by Pat Connolly's Tavern. We go up the hill, down the hill, end up in Manchester, and then that's when they debark. But the actual parade route is mainly Tam Avenue.
And that's about how long?
About a mile and a quarter.
About a mile and a quarter.
For our whole thing.
And you can hear them coming. And so people, do you agree with this? People either love or hate the sound of a bagpipe.
Correct.
Love.
100%.
Yes.
It just depends. For me, it depends where we're at.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's going to be mad at me for this, but my hearing is not what it used to be. So sometimes, like when we've done weddings and funerals and stuff like that, gets inside the church and you're in that little vestibule area and you crank out the bagpipe. Well, if you're in the big part, it's great, but if you're in the small area,
too much.
It's
Echo.
Right. It's tight. But man, out in the open and whatever.
It's so beautiful.
We have a gal, Lori. We call her Lori the Piper. She's killer. It's awesome outside. And as soon as you hear bagpipes, you know something good's going on.
Absolutely. And
Right.
okay, we're starting, and here comes all of the families, and that's what I want you to look for today. So yes, it's fun to go to different parades and see all these floats, and such creativity, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of hard work. But for me, it's all about the families, and you're like, another Irish family, and then you see all the kids with their parents and their grandkids, knowing that they one day will be the ones that continue the tradition.
Yep, absolutely. And a couple times on my particular float, we had folks that passed away, and they rode last ride down.
Aw.
But stuff like that.
Who are we
Damn
thinking
it.
of?
So,
Who are we thinking of?
okay, good. Man, I didn't know I was going to do that. Anyways,
Who are we doing this in memory of?
I don't even know.
Manny?
Huh?
It's hard to think of people that have supported and passed. Absolutely.
Damn.
Let me take a quick break.
I'm terrible
No,
at
you're
this
not.
work.
Let me take a quick break. We'll come back with Mike. And again, the memories of all of those who have come out and packed the area of the tradition of Dogtown when we return.
Hey guys, being on the Monica Adams show has just been a delight. It's been a joy. What she's doing for the community is amazing. I'm so proud to be sitting in this blue chair, being honored and honoring the people for the showcase that I'm doing for the Neiman Marcus Black Creatives in the Lou Black History Month Showcase. I want to end this segment with a poem that I wrote. I grew up on the north side. That's where it all started. Dreams, goals, and aspirations grew within me, and they never departed. You see, my environment was jaded, but that never fazed me, because what my parents instilled in me made my dreams go crazy. Mama was my cheerleader, and Papa gave me the tools. Everything could be yours, they would say. Just make sure you follow these rules. Work hard, don't look back, and keep your mind set on stable. And if you can't find yourself somewhere to sit, create your own table. Thank you, Monica, for creating this table. Take care. Be blessed.
And welcome back again. Happy St. Patrick's Day to each and every one of you, whether you're Irish or not. The great thing is, all of us that are Irish or Scotch Irish, we welcome you on board. We're going to adopt you for the day. And I want you to get out to Dogtown. I'm still playing around. My mom and I are supposed to do something today, and I'm just trying to figure out if I can get mom down there. I need to change if I am, because otherwise I don't want to be in my heels, Mike. That's not good.
We'll come get you if you're down there.
Yeah, because I didn't want, that's the thing. I didn't want mom to have to walk.
Sit on the judge's stand.
Okay, hang on. We're making some plans here.
Hook me up.
We just went to break, and I want to stress this. A lot of you that have watched for the last couple of years, I'm very big on letting emotions go. So it was a little emotional because we were talking about, the floats and people representing those that are no longer here. And he was saying there were urns. So it brought back some emotional memories. But what do people call you? The Dick Vermeil?
Oh, yeah, of the Hibernians.
The Dick Vermeil of the Hibernians. We love Coach Vermeil and I loved that, how much he would let things go.
Right, but then you can't talk, and then it's like all the dead silence, and you're like, oh my God. So really tried not to do that.
All right, we'll switch to it. So he said he's been up since 2:30 thanks to his doggy.
Yeah.
What's your dog's name?
Allie.
Allie got him up early, but you would have had to have been up early anyway because everything really starts for you all at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I should have been down there at 4 a.m., but that's why I'm catching all the grief for being slack.
We're going to let him go here in just a because he's got to meet with the governor and get going. They want to know, do you like Irish coffee, Mike?
Oh, yeah. Heck, who doesn't?
I gave him coffee today. I didn't give him any Baileys because
it was good coffee, though, by the way.
Okay, good. You maybe have some drinks after it's all over.
After it's all over with because you're just wiped out.
Yeah. There's so much going on, but there's a lot of people that are down there. Again, all the families or people asking, can I sit in your front yard for the day? I never thought about this. Do people rent out their
Yes.
That's smart.
They start catching on to that. And then, that's why a lot of the green fence and orange fence, the construction fencing stuff, there's a lot more of that going on. And people are,
they can make big money.
Yeah. And porta potties, $5 a visit.
Oh my
stuff like that. It's like, oh my gosh.
Audra just said, I love the Dogtown Parade. Such a great time. I'm going to head down to see a great friend enjoy her bucket list moment today. Celebrating her 50th on her birthday, float in the parade. Oh, how cool. Thanks for coming on this morning, Mike. They said happy St. Patrick's Day to you. So yes, if all of you have never been, Cindy Lubke, is that your...
This is my girlfriend.
I was just going to say, is that your girlfriend? I didn't want to make it your girlfriend if it wasn't your girlfriend.
Yeah.
She said, I love you, Mike. We lost some good ones last year. So so she's there for you. Mike, I love you for coming in because it meant the world to me. Are they going to be able to get you back in with all the
It's kind of hard to tell me no since I'm the guy. By the way, Dennis Pogue is the chairman. He's done a great job. Nobody can really tell either one of us no.
Okay, good.
Today. So, maybe the governor because he's packing. He can tell us no.
We mentioned earlier that they're going to have Clydesdales. I mean, it's a big day today. So, we got to show my baby. We just talked about your baby. There's my baby.
Oh, yeah,
one of my babies. Tessa, all ready to go for St. Patrick's
Hallie
Day.
woke me up. Domino stays sleeping till like sunrise.
Yeah, right. Dad, what are you doing up? Well, let's make this happen next year. I would love.
We can definitely do it.
Okay, we're going to do it because it's just absolutely one of my absolute favorite days. Okay, so we've got books. We end since I am very faith-based. I was raised Catholic, have that Christian mindset. So maybe I need to be a part of the LAOH.
That would be great.
Yeah,
I can fix you up.
Okay,
I'll introduce you today. If you and your mom come down, we'll. Figure out how to get you, throw you down there, and
you're gonna throw my mama, huh?
Well, we say that, but that's not really what happens. But
so, for those of you that know the show, we end with 100 days to freedom from right. So some people think I need, from fear and anxiety, or from depression, or from anger, or from sadness. We're gonna do the one that looks a little greenish. This is from overeating, which might take place today.
I have been accused of that. Cindy will verify that.
Cindy, thank you, by the way, and to all of you. If you're looking for something to do today and you can maybe take a half day and go down, or you can go in a little later because, again, all the festivities are going to take place earlier in the day, and then maybe go back to work. Enjoy the day. Bundle up for the beginning part because it is a little chilly, and then just enjoy the day. Please have patience, have kindness, be kind to everyone that's out there. Be smart as well. We'll do this final 100 days to freedom from overeating as we wrap up the Real Monica Adams Show next. This is my wonderful role model, one of my best friends.
She's, oh my gosh, you got a long life. You could probably live to be 130 or something. And I said, oh God, I hope not.
It's getting hot in here. Don't take off all your clothes.
I'm not going to take off my clothes. On the radio tape, going to
Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. We're gonna speak. We're not gonna spank anybody. We're gonna speak about knowing your value, and then I'm gonna.
Know your value. I'm going to spank them.
If you don't know your value and you don't grab hold of how important you are, I'm going to spank you. Folks, you never know what you're going to get with her. And welcome back. We're going to wrap things up. Wasn't it a great show? I knew it would be. Jenny told me how much she loved talking to Mike, and she's like, he's going to be a character. So, Jenny, next year, we're going to be down there. We're going to make this happen, by the way. The Real Monica Adams Show taking over Dogtown and being a part of this. So, made in his image, God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. That's Genesis 1, verse 27. Our bodies were created in God's image, and they are living temples of his glory. When we carry the Holy Spirit within us, we carry the hope of Jesus to the nations. As we would any house or any temple, we want to keep the building clean and spotless, not collecting dirt or dust or disease. Think about your temple. It's interesting. When we went to church yesterday, it's exactly what the preacher was talking about. We can picture our bodies as shining temples full of love and light and joy for the world, exactly what we're asking this show to provide for you. If we can start the day remembering that picture, we will be more spiritually mindful about food choices. But I'm all about the balance, right? As a personal trainer, it's 80-20. Some people might say 90-10. You can't live clean 100% of the time because it won't work. And when you try to go all in like that and you haven't lived your life that way, that's when you start to falter. So find that balance. And today, let yourself go a little bit and then get right back on track tomorrow. If we can start the day remembering that, you're going to be in a better place. So here's a question you can ask yourself. Will this choice of food help me feel my best and show the light of Jesus to the world? Or will it make me feel tired or give me a stomach ache or blah? You don't want that day after day, right? May we see our bodies as living vessels shining in front of everyone we meet, showing them how much God loves them. Couple of people's quotes. Paul David Tripp said, you don't have to worry because you have a Savior who has invaded your life with his grace and has made you the place where he dwells. Jeff Spadafora said the human body is the delivery method for God's love. And A.W. Tozer says, let your heart soar as high as it will. Refuse to be average. Refuse to be average. I love that. Always giving your best. So, dear Jesus, here's today's prayer. I praise you for creating me in your image. Please help me to be a bright, shining light for you. Help me always to remember that my body is a living temple and to treat it with the love and the care that you gave to me. I pray that when I make my daily food choices, I remember that I'm taking care of my temple, my body. Thank you for my body and for the gift of life. Amen to that. Again, on this St. Patrick's Day, if you want to have some green beer, you want to cheat a little bit, do that. It really actually works when you do it. And then you're like, oh, I don't feel my best. Then the next day you're like, okay, I'm not going to do it again and again and again and again. That's what life is all about. And that's what we're here to help you. We talked about love and light and joy and positivity. It's what this show is absolutely all about. Mike, thank you so very much. Yeah, let's put our glasses on as we end the show.
Right.
Tell your team that you were not being lazy.
I'm not being lazy, guys, no matter what you think.
Connor Adams.
Connor Adams, he's down there. He's probably not listening, but he'll find a way to see
that's the beauty of streaming, right? So now all of you were asking, all of the friends and family that didn't get a chance to watch him live this morning get a chance to watch this later.
Yeah. I think my sister Kathy's she's tech oriented.
Shout out to Kathy. Kathy, thanks for watching. And for all of you, again, that are going, have some patience, be kind, find your great parking space, and then be nice to everybody that's gathering in to get their best spot to see the wonderful parade. The kids, give them some candy, throw it to them, and just have a wonderful time. Be safe getting back. Tell the governor I said hi.
I will do that.
And let's work together on making that happen next year.
That's a great idea. I think this could be a good thing.
I love it. All right, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. The luck of the Irish. We love you all. And remember the thing that we just said, the greatest thing that you can do in life is to be kind. God bless you all.